You're
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dubs Only, Ep.5 of Definitely Unbiased. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm your host, Brandon. I'm joined by my two partners, YTC and Alex. What's going on, y'all?
What's going down, fellas? How
Doing
you
good,
doing?
bro. Chilling. Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Yep.
Wednesday. I haven't heard that. Hump day, everybody. Look, got a lot of things to talk about.
Yep.
All right. We got a lot of things football related. We got a few things UFC related. We got a few things other sports related. Today is going to be a good episode. We're going to try to keep it as quick as possible, though. So, with that being said, let's start off with NFL Week 1 recap. So, this week we saw a lot of things go on. We saw a lot of good games. All right, a lot of sloppy games at the same time, though, because of the whole, it's the start of the season, so a lot of turnovers, a lot of stuff like that. Some good victories. Can't help but smile for that one, and some shocking upsets. So, week 1, I kind of want to start with Thursday Night Football. So we had the Bills take on the Rams, and for me, I'm a little disappointed just because I bet on the Bills. I bet on the Rams, and that didn't work out. I know Alex, Alex told us so, whatever. Alex, with that, you could start your thoughts on the game.
That was an absolute beatdown. All right. I said the Bills were going to win. Okay. All right. That was a beatdown.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and those Bills came into that stadium and just they knocked them on their head, bro. That was crazy. And it was a lot. It shouldn't even have been that close. The Bills did like 3 turnovers. If that doesn't happen, trust me, that game's even more of a blowout than what it was.
That shit.
All right. Great game. Yeah, I said it before the season started. The Bills, I think, if they have a shot to win it all, it's this year. It's really this year. You've got everything going for you. Any bad takeaway that I could take for the Bills for the game is that I think Josh Allen's getting hit a little too much. I don't like that. You got to protect your franchise quarterback. But other than that, great game top to bottom, and they don't even have their 2 starting corners. So the Bills, they're gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
you got a lot.
Yeah.
To
That was bad. The fact that they didn't start fucking Jadae's Light wasn't even there.
Yeah, man. Matt Milano is a starter, by the way, bro. One of the best linebackers in the league. I'm telling you, crazy.
Oh, hold on. Am I not live on Facebook? You guys, what you thought about the game?
It was a one-sided affair. I thought the game would have been much closer after, they tied up the game at one point. It was 10-10 until the Bills just ran away with it afterwards. Stafford completely looked gas on his arm. You could tell his arm was very fatigued in that game. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that ties back to what they were saying, that he got, surgery in the offseason for that elbow. There was a procedure that, has been done to like a lot of baseball players, and he got it done. So we're going to have to see how Matt Stafford looks this year.
You could tell the arm fatigue was nuts. I mean, after a while, he threw 4 fucking picks, and it sucked because every pick just broke my heart more and more.
More and more, right?
Yeah, so I lost my the first leg of my parlay with that. Cooper Kupp did score a touchdown, which is great for me. Just the Rams, they got fucking throttled, so
yeah,
I had to eat that. But either way, I wasn't gonna win any of the legs because of the second leg of my parlay, which we'll get to. Matter of fact, we'll just talk about that since it happened 2 nights ago. I kind of want to talk about it just because it was some bullshit. Uncle Seahawks, what the hell happened? YTC, can you explain what the hell happened?
I don't know what happened. It was just dumb coaching from its end. That's about it. You can sum it down to, really. It's poor poor trusting your quarterback and poor, play calling. It's both phases of football that, lose you games. You're paying this much money for your quarterback to win the big games, and you don't trust him to pick up 5 yards on a 4th and 5 and expect your kicker to make a 64-yarder who's 0 for 6 in his career. That's bad coaching itself. If I'm them, I would have picked up the first down to make it easier for my kicker to make it.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett doesn't look like he knows what the hell he's doing, kind of. I mean, who am I to say that? He's a
That's just bad coaching. Hang on.
Oh, my fault.
Give
He's
me
an
a second.
NFL head coach. Alex, did you watch the game?
I did.
Alex, what did you think watching that game, yo? I gotta ask.
It was pretty funny to me because I watched the Monday night games, not the normal broadcast. I watched the broadcast with the Manning brothers,
With
which
the
is
best
pretty
brothers.
yeah. So which is cool because it's not like a broadcasting thing, but it's also not boring. It's like me talking to you in a bar and watching the game. Like that's what it feels like.
That's a fact.
So it was great, and I was panicking because you saw Peyton calling like timeouts. Like, yo, come on, bro. Like, boy was mad.
He called
Obviously, he was mad,
62 timeouts.
which was crazy. Yes. So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get the point in the minute, but I understand the decision whether bad or not, right? Like it's still 5 yards. And the Seahawks had not been, doing it up to will. I mean, not the Seahawks. I'm sorry, the Broncos. It didn't feel like it was up to will up at that point, right? It's not like you were dominating the whole game to say, you know what, we're gonna do this. So I
Yeah, for
understand
sure.
the
That
decision,
was
but I don't agree with it. I definitely don't agree with it. But he'll learn from that. It's his first year coaching, first game. He's gonna do better. Nathaniel Hackett did a great job in Green Bay, and I really believe in him. I think he's gonna do great things with Russell Wilson. It's just one bump in the road.
for sure, for sure. As far as that goes, I really did not think that shit was gonna happen. I mean, it was bad. I did not think
Me
that
too.
Russell Wilson was gonna lose in Seattle. 1, 2. I didn't think it was gonna be that close. I thought the Broncos would win by 10 plus. And then 3, Geno Smith,
Surprises.
yeah, I wouldn't have won the second leg of my parlay just because Russell Wilson was supposed to go for 340, 3 touchdowns. He got 300, 3 touchdowns, but he got the 300. He just didn't get 3 touchdowns. And on top of that, they didn't.
You only had 1 year, so
So
yeah.
that was fucking horrible for me, at least. As far as like Nathaniel Hackett goes, I gotta say it's not a good start. I mean, the only person that endorsed him was Aaron Rodgers, and that kind of makes Aaron Rodgers look back. Which, on top of that, Aaron Rodgers also got throttled this week. I think they lost. Let me see. Hold on. Packers lost
It
to
was
the
bad.
Vikings this week.
It
Yeah,
was
Packers
bad.
lost to the Vikings 23-7, which wasn't isn't as big of a blowout compared to others, but even then, it was still a bad loss. I mean, when you got somebody like Aaron Rodgers taking on, the division he owns, you would think, hey, can you put up some damn points? I mean, I had him on fantasy. He sold me pretty hard. Alex, that game was fucking horrible to watch. Kirk Cousins dominate Aaron Rodgers. What you think?
Listen, I trust their new coach. Okay, I trust their new coach. Um, I think if there's a year where you can say maybe the Vikings have a chance of taking up the NFC North, it's this one. I think you can do it. It's just Green Bay doesn't have players, man. Their receivers, holy crap! You've drafted in the last 2 years second and third round picks for those receivers, and people are just not stepping up. You got people getting injured. I'll give them some leeway. David Bakhtiari isn't back, one of the best linemen in the league. He's missing 2 of his starters. I can understand that. And then again, we spoke about this before the stream. Same thing happened last year. They lost their first fucking game by a blowout, and then somehow managed to win 10 in a row, and then 13 for the season. So I know they'll get back on track. It's just a matter of time.
Aaron Rodgers, not only did he sell me in fantasy, but he sold me in his pockets as well, because in my pockets as well, because I actually had him in a parlay as well for 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. I forgot. I think it was 3 touchdowns, and obviously they didn't score that. Well, to see, since you also bet, what you thought about the game?
Man, I was pissed off, as well. And also, I didn't bet on that game. I only betted for the first 1 o'clock slot. I was pissed off the Ravens sold me. They didn't give me 14 points in whatchamacall, the fucking I think it was no, the Eagles got me. It was another team that didn't score either. The Niners. Oh yeah, the Niners. There you go. I thought they were going to get over 13 points. They had 7 against the Bears. So those are the only 2 legs that cost me. And I was pissed off.
Well, to see, since we both know you're a Packers fan, how do you feel?
Yeah, okay.
How do you feel about the Packers going into week 2?
Week 2?
Yeah,
they're playing against the Bears, so they're basically it feels like a game they're going to take their frustration out on losing. Basically, it happened every year. Whenever Rodgers lost week 1, they usually would take out their frustration on the team after. So I think week 1 they're going to blow out the Bears.
Okay. Nah. As I think. of course they're gonna blow out the Bears, I think, but
Oh,
just
they're just going to take
looking
their
at them,
preparation now.
just looking at how Aaron Rodgers was and how the offense looked. I mean, it's the same thing that happened last year, like Alex said. I mean, they lost to the Saints the same way. It was worse, but it kind of makes you see like the offense of, because I don't believe in the Vikings defense, but the offense for the Vikings has potential to win some games. The defense I
Justin
don't believe in.
Jefferson is that dude, bro.
Jefferson, yeah, Jefferson is that dude.
Justin Jefferson is him University.
He is him University. There's another player who's him University, but we're gonna get to him now.
Yeah,
You
pretty
mentioned
soon.
the Ravens. The Ravens, on the other hand, the Ravens, they beat the Jets. They whooped that ass. But as far as the Ravens go, I didn't really. The Jets defense didn't really do too bad. I don't know how they held to Lamar Jackson. Held him to his lowest yards in any game. I don't know if it's rushing yards or total yards or whatever. But either way, Lamar Jackson did sell us with betting wise because he was supposed to get 4 touchdowns, got 3. But regardless, I think Lamar's just gonna come out, do what he got to do to win games. Doesn't matter how he wins the games as long as he wins, and that's just to propel him to getting that contract that he wants so bad. Watch see that Ravens game. What do you think?
The Ravens game. I was mad as hell they didn't get the 14 points, but I don't know why you struggle against a Jets team, that's rebuilding and also that's having Joe Flacco as their quarterback since Zach Wilson's out. I mean, it's either that they were, a problem, they suck in the first half, or the Ravens or the Jets actually improved their defense to be holding them the Ravens down to 10 points. I thought it was going to be a blowout by the half or something. So so it might be a good thing with the Jets improving their defense, I guess, which they did in the offseason.
Alex, did you watch the Ravens Jets game or?
Yeah,
it's a Jets.
I was aware of everything. Yeah. I think it's a lot of people are saying like what you guys said, surprised that it was that close. I don't see it as a surprise. I'm pretty sure I said it on last stream. It's a defensive minded team. You have Robert Saleh, who's we know what he did with the 49ers as a defensive coordinator. Obviously he's not calling the plays on offense. He don't know too much about the offense, but when it comes to defense, he is that guy. That's why he got the position. So, yeah, I think it comes out to great coaching and just leadership, and I think that's what the Jets showed. And if they continue to improve on defense and you just get like a great play caller and just get like a franchise quarterback, the Jets, give them a couple years, there'll be something to be reckoned with.
As saying that that they showed promise in that game?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Well, Joe Flacco's fucking trash. He threw a pick to his old team. The offense is flatter than Taylor Swift's ass. Like it's that bad. And the defense, I guess the defense is all right. I mean, they looked like they had good moments, but the defense gave up 3 touchdowns. They still lost. I mean, I don't see any hope in the Jets. I mean, they're the Jets at the end of the day, which coming from Giants fans, not something you would say, I should say, but I don't give a shit to the Jets. Speaking of a team just as bad as the Jets, the 49ers and the Bears. The 49ers and the Bears, man. That was a game.
Again, I proved y'all wrong on 2 picks. Y'all picked the 49ers. I picked the Bears.
Yeah, kiss my ass. YTC, I'm going to let you talk about that game because that was a game you were main eventing.
That entire game was very lopsided. I didn't expect the Niners to lay an egg on this one because I thought because they were the more head coach, they had more experience on the team around that they were going to come in with, picking up from last year. The Bears actually surprised me. I'm not going to lie. With the second half adjustments they made, sure they cleaned up. They were horrible in the first half, but they were the clear team that made the second half adjustments, to win the game. That's how they came back and pulled it off. And also it helped with the Niners, shooting themselves in the feet. With all these defensive penalties that gave the Niners. I think the Bears over 99 yards of penalty.
95.
And that Dante Pettis fucking alone for a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. And your secondary getting burnt does you no favors either, nor does Trey Lance overthrowing a lot of easy throws most quarterbacks can make. So that for that whole thing, it was just undisciplined for the Niners, and that's why they lost. They played the entire game practically undisciplined.
Michael, Chicago Sports Talk, Michael, it's crazy because he was talking shit, hyping up his team, whatever. Yeah, they won, so I can't say nothing about the Bears, but Off topic. I don't know if you remember when he was telling me how hard it is to throw a football in the rain or whatever on my
Yeah, I
channel.
remember that.
Okay, I'm not saying it's not hard to throw a football in the rain, but it's not like
It can't be an excuse. You play in the
no,
damn
hold on,
snow.
no, because he was saying that Justin Fields, he was hyping up the Justin Fields throw to Dante Pettis. I'm like, dude, it
Mm-hmm.
was wide the hell open. All right,
Yeah,
I
that
mean, I
was.
don't give a fuck if it's raining or not. It was wide open. I mean, as long as you can, you're an NFL quarterback. It's wide open. You should hit that. But he did, and obviously the Niners lost. Niners losing was a shock to me because they had the game, like they had it. Well, actually, you know what? Now I think it back, hindsight is not a shock. I mean, Kyle Shanahan's their coach. All they do is choke leads. But I really thought that they were gonna just, ice the rest of the game forward. I mean, it's raining, so I don't know how the hell you give up 2 touchdowns in the air. So that was bad. Niners defense, they don't look too bad. Maybe they just got gassed. But Trey Lance, on the other hand, Trey Lance wasn't all that. I mean, it's his third career start, so maybe I'll give him a little more time, but he wasn't all that. But they still have Jimmy G, if anything. Um, Alex, obviously you proved this wrong or whatever. You bet on the Bears. Is this why you bet on the Bears? Because of their defense? Because they did have a good defense showing.
I did. I said the defense, and I said because George Kittle was questionable, and if he didn't play, I was like, that's a big if, because your linebackers are great and they don't have to worry about him. So he didn't play. Yeah, Trey Lance, give him some time, bro. It's his third game. You gave Daniel Jones 5 years, so yes, he deserves
Kiss
some
my
time.
ass.
He
Kiss my
deserves
ass.
some time.
No, I didn't say like I wasn't giving time. It's just that seeing how he looked, because Daniel Jones, at least his first start, had threw 2 touchdowns and rushed for 2 touchdowns as well. So
He had a great game.
yeah, okay, and I know you remember we watched it together.
That.
Another game of disappointing quarterbacks, at least to me. I'm gonna talk first on this one. Carolina lost to the Browns. They lost by a field goal. And Alex, I know you bet on the Panthers. We'll get to that. I knew Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he didn't play a horrible game, but he didn't play a good game either. Let's not act like he was dotting people up or nothing. The Browns did what the Browns do on defense. I mean, I think they have a really good defense. Offense, obviously, they can't really do much with Jacoby Brissett, but it was enough. And obviously pulled out the victory. It's beautiful to watch Baker's revenge tour spoiled, and now we're going to see him week 2 with the Giants. So as far as Baker goes, now we can see, hey, is he really better than Sam Darnold? Because Sam Darnold started 3-0 last year. I'm just saying. What's your thoughts on Baker, Alex?
He did play a pretty bad game. Those first 3 quarters, he was shut down completely. He did not do what he was supposed to.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, he turned it up. You give him a couple more minutes, I think he wins the game. But it is what it is, man. It sucks. I really wanted his revenge tour to go his way. Everything pointed towards it being that way. Especially with his history in college football. Going up against his old team, he threw 7 fucking touchdowns. I was expecting something close to that, at least 3 or 4. Didn't happen, but again, we got to see how explosive that defense from the Browns is, and that I keep saying that 1-2 punch between Kareem and Nick Chubb is just it's
for sure. Yeah, Kareem Hunt, I forgot to say, he did have a good ass game, and he outperformed Chubb on fantasy, which sucked for me because I have Chubb on fantasy. YTC, what do you think about the Browns?
Which I told you that. You see, I'm right. I told you that.
Ruined my parlay.
All right, relax, Alex. All right, you're right one time, and
YTC, did I not say that last week? I said don't put Nick Chubb because he's gonna split it with Kareem Hunt. He's not gonna
okay, you're right. You're right one time, and now he thinks
whatever. Anyway, so on the game, basically, yeah. Like you said, Alex, yeah, he played for the bad first 3 quarters. You can't win games if you turning the ball over, not finding ways to get open, in the first 3 quarters to, expect a score, basically, So it feels like when you mess up in the first 3 quarters, you're basically, putting your team in jeopardy of, trying to come back from behind. You can't win football games like that if you have to play from behind. You have to come out swinging strong if you want to win games, basically. You can't just, only wait till it's too late, like the fourth quarter, to turn up. You have to be solid for 60 minutes, basically, without turning the ball over and putting your team in a position to score as consistently as you can.
Yeah, 1000%.
So that's just my thought. That's why they lost.
You cannot play catch up the whole game. That it ruins your whole game plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find out what the hell's wrong with Facebook right now because it's not letting me do my it's not letting me stream on Facebook. I mean, I'm live, but it won't show it. All right, well, forget it. We'll figure it out another day. So let's just speed through the last few games. The Dolphins, they throttled the Patriots again.
Yeah.
Patriots, they have Joe Judge on offense and Matt Patricia, so I wasn't surprised. Colts and Texans ended in a tie, which was surprising because one, it was surprising that the Colts were getting fucked up throughout the game, and then it was also surprising that they came back and tied up the game. So none of us expected that. We saw Jaguars, Commanders, very
that game went back and forth.
Game back. It was a back and forth game, but it was ass. I mean, we saw the Jags. Who was up? Commanders were up 13-3. Then the Jags came back. Then the Commanders came back. Then the Jags came back again, and then the Commanders came back. It was so. It's Trevor Lawrence versus fucking Carson Wentz. Who the hell cares? See, I can't even say his name. Chargers versus the Raiders. Chargers took that game. They were pretty much dominating the first half or whatever, but then I guess Chargers took their foot off the gas. Their foot off the gas a little bit. So it is what it is.
Yeah, the Raiders almost came back, but they fell again.
Yeah,
they came back.
What's up?
I think the AFC West is now the strongest division in the whole league.
Yeah, that is a fact.
For a while now. Eagles, Lions.
You said what?
I said we've been saying this for a while now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles, Lions.
I mean, the Chiefs will probably still take that division, but it's going to be more competitive than people think it is.
Yes. It's all right. Nobody from the AFC West is going to win. It's
going to be this Thursday. We're going to see a showcase that with the Chiefs and
I'm excited for
Chargers.
Eagles, Lions. It's an important game, I guess, for a division rival, but it's not really a game. It was a good game, I guess. It wasn't something that
near the end until they almost choked the lead, but Eagles found a way to manage out.
It wasn't that notable to me, other than the Eagles have a lot of holes. But if you start mentioning the holes that they have, everybody's calling you a dick rider because of
but if you mention all the positive the Eagles can do, you can do no harm.
Oh yeah, you're praised. Steelers Bengals was probably the best game for me in a way because it was such a back and forth game. I mean, the Steelers were dominating, and then the Chargers came back and the Bengals came back and tied it in like the last few seconds of the fourth quarter. It was good to Michael. And then they went to overtime. The Bengals were driving down. Oh, they only went to overtime because Evan McPherson on the Bengals, he missed the kick. A lot of missed kicks this week. Chris Boswell on the Steelers as well. But they went to overtime. It went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the Steelers kick a field goal to win the game. That's what it was. So overall, really good game.
Fitzpatrick was the man. He was
the game, exactly. Yeah,
game, bro.
Minka Fitzpatrick and JJ Watt. And JJ Watt unfortunately went down that game because of his pass.
Didn't Jamar Chase got locked up that game?
Yeah,
he was barely getting open all along with T. Higgins. That Steelers defense, I told you, he had a, all over the.
He had a few crucial catches, and then T. Higgins went down with a concussion, so that kind of sucks too.
Yeah, but I already knew that the fucking Steelers defense was going to be nasty against the Bengals. That's why I took them on an upset this week.
For solely that. You won that. That's great, man.
Saints, Falcons were shitting all over the Saints. It was bad. It was bad, man. Yes. But then
it was bad until the Falcon pulled the Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcons. They keep. I don't know what's up. They're cursed. I mean, I saw a meme. It was that meme that's like all the sports people in heaven.
Come join us.
Come join us. This one said, Atlanta,
stop joining us.
Atlanta, please stop joining us. That was fucking hilarious. No cap. What's going on?
Jobs.
That shit was hilarious. Let me see. We got two more games. Chiefs Cardinals. That was horrible.
That was horrible, man. That was hard to watch.
Yo,
that whole game, bro. That was the one I was paying attention to.
Everybody who defends Kyler Murray and says, "Oh, he wasn't the problem. He wasn't the problem." He definitely wasn't the solution. So you can't.
Yeah, he didn't do that, but nor he was the cause. To help them win. He didn't turn the ball over not once. It was just the defense getting cooked up and dotted up.
He didn't turn the ball over.
Cliff Dingleberry.
He didn't match the score either, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. They ran out the gas to compete with Mahomes.
If this is the Kyler Murray that we're gonna see, all right, imagine how he's gonna look in November when Call of Duty comes out. Like it's gonna be pretty bad. I'm just saying.
Call of Duty.
Chiefs, on the other hand, Patrick Mahomes, player of the week on the AFC. 5 touchdowns. Thank you on fantasy. I owe him a big kiss.
Mahomes. Yeah, you already know.
I owe you a big kiss, Patrick Mahomes. All right, that 5 touchdowns.
I had Kyler in garbage time save me.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
360.
Kyler got me at least 21 points, but yeah.
And also, you could tell he doesn't. It would be nice to have Hill, but he doesn't need Tyreek. He's spreading the ball around. So
that was amazing for me as a Chiefs fan to watch.
Kyler for me.
Remember,
fantasy.
But Tyreek, it's okay. Tyreek's playing with the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, so it's okay.
I'm happy that we're feeding Devontae Adams in that other game too. So for fantasy as well, since I had 30 points with him.
Buccaneers, Cowboys. I love
Bucks
it.
And Cowboys.
The Cowboys were the only team in the NFL that didn't score
a touchdown. Yep, they held the least amount of points at 3.
The only team in the NFL that didn't score a touchdown. It was beautiful. Dak went down, which sucks because you don't want to see anybody go down. But, he's going to be out like 6 to 8 weeks, apparently, for his thumb. That's crazy. CeeDee Lamb busted. Same thing for Zeke. Like, they didn't look good at all. I mean, Michael Parsons looked good. That's it.
That boy looks amazing.
No, he did. But that's it.
Michael Parsons.
Nobody else looked good.
I hope he goes for another team.
The whole thing was horrible. The offense looked horrible.
They're wasting his years, bro.
Michael Parsons. I just want to tell you one thing, Micah. When your contract's up, holla at New York. Yeah.
Yep.
Holla at New York.
Fuck that. Holla at the Chiefs.
Go to New York. We're gonna build that Super Bowl defense.
Now, the best game of the week. We gotta talk about it. Giants versus Titans, baby. Giants. Let me just preface this. All right, Giants walk into Music City, right? Going against the number 1 seed in the AFC last year and a former, they were just in the AFC Championship, 2 years ago against the Chiefs. So this team's no slouch. They got the king, Derrick Henry. They got Ryan Tannehill, who he's not the greatest, but he can make throws when it's needed. The defense is a pretty underrated defense with a good D line. They got Bud Dupree. They had Hal Landry, who unfortunately went down. Unfortunately, but even then, they have some studs on that Titans team. So going in to Tennessee, right, as a Giants fan or a Giants player, it was worrisome, and it was because I will let you know that first half was very worrisome. I mean, we were down 13-0, right? And before the second half, we were driving on the field in a 2-minute warning, and then that's it because Richie James didn't get out of bounds time, and that's it. We went to the third quarter. From the third quarter, Titans got the ball back, 3 and out. Giants got it. This is where things turn around. Because Saquon Barkley, the comeback player of the year, the future MVP of the team and the league probably, all right, the best player in the NFC this week without doubt, went off. He went off. He carried this team in the third quarter. We ended up scoring a touchdown later on. What was it? DJ to... Oh, no. What was it?
DJ to Sterling Shepard.
No, it was a field goal. I'm sorry. We didn't get a touchdown there. We got a field goal. Okay, whatever. Titans get the ball back. Defense, who has questions, got another 3 and out. Okay, they were stopping Derrick Henry. Tay Crowder with a massive hit at this point. Beautiful. Knocked Derrick Henry on his ass. And then we saw DJ to Shep deep. It was beautiful watching Shep shake, get off me, boy, and then run into the end zone. He looked like prime Victor Cruz, all right? Then Titans get the ball back again. Now they're still up 13-10. As a Titans fan, you're still worrisome, but you'll be all right. 13-10. And another 3 and out. Ryan Tannehill can't do shit. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful to watch as a Giants fan. Giants get the ball back. We kick a field goal. Now it's 13-13. Us as Giants fans, we know how this turns out. Ryan Tannehill's going to score a touchdown. We're probably not going to score a touchdown. It is what it is. Nope, 3 and out. We get the ball back again. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we get the ball back again. But we can't do anything with the ball. So our offense stopped doing shit. It's all right. We punt. Watch, you know what happens next?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, muff punt. Giants recover.
What?
Recover. Wait, was it that point or did the Titans already score?
No, it was 20-13. We got the
Oh, it was
ball
20-13.
back.
I'm sorry. Sometime around there, our defense got dotted up. I don't care because it was beautiful to watch our offense.
He's just excited that the team won. It's okay.
Hold on. I don't know if they won yet. I'll let you know if they won.
Oh my
Muff
God.
punt.
You're overplaying this so much.
But then unfortunately DJ threw a pick, and that sucked ass. I mean, I can't defend DJ on that pick, but it is what it is because after that, defense scores.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
The defense, another 3 and out. DJ and Saquon drive down the field once again. And DJ redeems himself with the game-winning touchdown. Yes, he did win the game. Game-winning touchdown. But it wasn't the game-winning touchdown, because they tied it up or nothing. It was because Brian Day Balls had the cojones.
Cojones, yep. The balls of steel.
Shovel pass to Saquon Barkley for the lead, 21-20. And then the best part, Ryan Tannehill's driving on the field. And Darnay Holmes gives up a big fucking play, and it sucks. I'm like, damn, I'm about to cry.
I was having Janoris Jenkins PTSD on that.
Yep, Randy Bullock.
Fondue.
Yep, Randy Bullock, takes 4 steps back, 2 steps to the left, lines up the field goal, snaps, kicked, and it's wide left. And the Giants take the victory, our first week 1 victory since 2016. I love it. It was fucking beautiful. It was beautiful. Gave me the same vibes when DJ had his first start. I was so happy. Me and YTC were streaming on his channel, and I cried tears of joy. I cried. I actually cried. YTC,
I turned into a bad dog for a second.
It was so fucking, oh my God. I want to cry thinking about it again. That's how happy I am. And Alex,
I turned into a bad dog on that shit. I was banging my head on the computer.
What's up?
Alex, you gotta say, were you happy, Alex?
I was happy as hell. I was happy for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I forgot he a Chiefs fan.
I'm used to winning. All right.
Oh, excuse me. He wasn't.
Not too much. So I was happy for my boy Brandon. I was like, yo, Brandon, we did it. We won. We won a season opener.
Yeah. YTC, your thoughts on the game?
It was electric. I was so pissed off. I'm like, man, I was going insane. Like, I probably was going to have a mental breakdown if the fucking Giants didn't come back because I was already mentally cracking like the Joker by the half because I'm already having the PTSD for the last couple of years that it broke me. And then after that, basically, the Giants did their magic somehow. We finally made some second half adjustments. DJ guy finally cussed out by a coach that wouldn't, let him run him over for mistakes. That's what I liked about it because it kind of reminded me of Coughlin to an extent when he cursed him out on the sidelines, just like I saw Coughlin with Eli Manning whenever he did a dumb decision that he got in his face and grill.
It was, I don't care what the negatives were of that game because
I know we don't look back to the negatives, but I just don't want it to be.
No, yeah. As far as negatives go, defense was definitely a negative. I mean, they can't cover for shit. They can stop the run, but they can't cover for shit.
Then again, granted, we didn't have our pass rushers either. So
true. Daniel Jones. I mean, I think he did his job at the end of the day, so I don't care about the pick because we still won. So at least there's that.
I'd say it's a 50-50 game from he could have played a much better game, but it is what it is. I'll take the W regardless. That's just my.
Yeah. Alex, I know you gotta step out, so it's all good. Go ahead, do what you gotta do.
All right, do what you gotta do, man. See you.
Just me.
I guess.
I apologize. Yeah,
no, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's all good, man.
I'll be here next week. I really apologize. It just came up. That's why I keep checking my phone.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
Good show, guys. All right.
All right, do what you gotta do, man. Yeah. We'll hold it down.
Fuck it, YTC. Let's go through it. All right. So we had what was it? Oh, sorry, this is my train of thought. So yeah, no, Giants. Obviously, there's some negatives there, but overall, there's a bunch of things to build on going into week 2 against Carolina. Let's do some predictions for tomorrow. For tomorrow, we got Thursday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. What do you think? Who's your prediction?
I think it's gonna be the Chiefs at home. They've definitely improved their defense a lot, and also that offense looks just as unstoppable as if Tyreek Hill never left, basically. So I think Mahomes is going to be a much more dangerous thrower. And RJ mentioned this as well because now that he has to spread the ball around, he doesn't have to be self-reliant on Tyreek Hill.
That's a
He's going to
fact.
be a much dangerous passer because he's consistently spreading the ball around, McCall
And
Harmon.
if he needs somebody to fall back on, he still has Travis Kelce, if anything.
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. And also, he has guys like Sky Moore, Juju Smith-Schuster. He has a lot of targets to go to that he can make look good.
Marquez
And also,
Valdez
with the
Scantling.
line being built, that's going to definitely pay dividends. And also having enough, one of the top 5 head coaches in the league right now in Andy Reid, so that helps out as
Yeah,
well.
I think the Chiefs take this game. I'm not as confident because the Chargers are a good team, but I think Chiefs take the game, especially because they're at home. If it was in
Yeah,
LA, which LA doesn't have any fans, but if it was in LA going on the road, maybe I would lean towards
I would have
Chargers.
been
But even
inclined to
then,
give LA the chance because LA has a better, better defense that might actually give Mahomes difficulties to rank against. So
yeah.
that's why I kind of took the under on this game for betting purposes because I'm paying respect to the Chargers defense. They did improve a lot on that defense. It showed in that Raiders game earlier this
Nah,
week.
for
So yeah,
sure. The Chargers. I think the Chargers keep it close, but I think Chiefs take the game at the end of the day.
I think the
NFL
Chiefs do. Yeah,
NFL week 2, we got a few interesting games to look at. Obviously, we got our team, our Giants, probably gonna go 2-0. We ain't gonna talk about that now.
Giants and Panthers.
But we got Chargers, Chiefs, obviously. We got the Patriots, Steelers. Let's go through these predictions, quickly because a lot of these predictions, a lot of them they don't matter. Patriots, Steelers. I'm probably gonna have to take the Steelers.
Me too.
I mean,
I'm
the
also taking the
Steelers.
Steelers as well. The offense looks horrible in New England, and I think after what New England, Steelers did and with momentum on their side on that defense against the Bengals, I think they're going to come in red hot, and I take this one from them. I think it'll be a 10-point win.
I
I
think
had
I think it's a close game, and because both offenses are trash, but the defenses are both good. Steelers got a better defense, but the thing is, they just lost J.J. Watt, so that sucks. But they're at home, so I see they won by a field goal. We got the Jets and the Browns. What do you think about the Jets Browns? I think the Browns take that.
I think the Browns take that one as well.
Jets offense, obviously.
The Jets have to prove themselves more on offense for me if I want to take them seriously over the Browns, and also the Browns have a good defense and a better offense as well.
Yeah,
I mean, Jacoby Brissett kind of proved me wrong, and also I think they can move the ball pretty well with the run game after what Kareem Hunt, and hopefully Nick Chubb has a bounce back game as well.
I will
they
say
have a good run game.
Browns might struggle to run to that game because the Jets have a good run defense. I expect actually a low-scoring game, something maybe like 20-17.
Yeah, I had it 17-13. That's ahead of my pick'ems. I had the Browns winning 17-13.
Yeah,
and a low scoring.
Colts Jaguars. I don't want. I want to say the Colts. I do, but if for some reason the Colts seem like they struggle with bad teams, I mean, look what they just did with fucking Tennessee. It was horrible. But I will say that the Jaguars aren't a good team. I mean, they just played Washington, so who the hell cares? Give me the Colts on the road. I'd say they.
I'll take the Colts as well.
I think another low-scoring game, probably by a field goal.
Dolphins, I had a 21-17.
21-17.
Yeah. Colts taking it.
Dolphins Ravens. What do you think about that game?
I'm taking the Ravens on that one.
Ravens are at home. They're the better team. But we saw last year what the Dolphins did with
I think they're going to learn from their mistake from last year. I think they'll learn from their mistakes and that the Ravens, John Harbaugh and Lamar will be ready for the second time they play them. I don't think what they did in Miami is going to slide.
Lamar just wants to get paid.
Yeah, I know. And he's going to have a chip on the shoulder as well. So, yeah.
Before I answer this question, Bucs Saints, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Saints on this one.
I got to take the Saints. They're at home. Their offense
for some reason, the Bucs struggle against the fucking Saints for some reason.
Even before Tom Brady and with Tom Brady, it's always been like that. Fucking for some reason, Lattimore plays like prime Darrelle Revis against Mike Evans for some reason. And then
they shriveled. That game 9-0 was boring as hell the last time I had to watch it. Yeah, it was like 9-0.
Give me the Saints. Give me the Saints by like 13 points. I mean, I think the Saints win by 2 scores. It's just I don't see the Bucs winning that game. The Bucs offense didn't look too great against the Cowboys defense, and the Saints have a good defense too. So the Saints, for some reason, they always stumble into having a good defense.
I might just looking at that game, I could just bet the over. I'm not going to trust either team to win, but I'll just play it safe and take the over on that one if I were.
I won't lie to you. A lot of these games, I don't want to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but a lot of these games are like low-scoring games. That's just the way it looks. Commanders versus the Lions. Who are you taking that game?
I got the commies on that one. Detroit still, can't stop a nosebleed on defense. I think Washington's offense proved like they're a formidable threat after what Jahan Dotson did, and also what Carson Wentz was pushing the ball down the field. And also Terry McLaurin got open a couple of times.
True.
He's definitely going to get open all over the Lions defense, especially if AJ Brown got open. I think he'll get open too. I think they're going to push the ball down the field more, so I'll take the commies on this one.
Give me the Lions 28-21. I think the Lions, they're actually not that bad on defense. I mean, they were shutting shit down against the Eagles, even though the Eagles scored 38. Let me explain. They were shutting shit down for the most game. A few touchdowns came from, I think it was more the Lions defense after a while got gassed. I mean, when you have a Lions offense with Jared Goff, who he's doing dumbass throws. I think he threw a dumbass pick to James Bradbury, which went back for a touchdown, which was stupid because you got TJ Hawkinson, right? He's running like a dig and a dig and like up. So he does that. He's breaking on a route, but he has to make a second cut. And before he makes a second cut, Jared Goff throws it right into the fucking defender. And the defender didn't catch it. He tipped it up, and Bradbury takes it back for the touchdown. Eagles fans, they were creaming their pants on that. It was stupid. Jared Goff, I don't trust him on offense, but I do trust I think the Lions defense did look all right. I mean, most of the Eagles' offense came on Jalen Hurts running. Carson Wentz isn't going to do that. Carson Wentz is not going to do that. The only thing they struggled in was giving up points. AJ Brown did score, did have some big gains, but he, I wasn't impressed. I mean, maybe it's just because maybe I am biased, but I just wasn't impressed in the Eagles' victory. And the Lions, I feel like they could beat the Commanders. I mean, I think they will definitely struggle in the pass game, but the Commanders' defense isn't that much better either. Unless
that's why I expect this game to actually be high scoring.
Yeah, it's in Detroit, so give me the Lions. It'll be a close game, but give me the Lions.
Hopefully the Lions pull out, but I think the Commies will win.
Well, we'll be 2-0, and everybody else will be 1-1. It's all good. The Seahawks 49ers, right? I gotta take the Niners. I don't want to take the Niners, but I gotta take the Niners. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Niners as well. Yeah. I think that one game was a fluke. It was just bad play calling from the Broncos. I don't think they're gonna make the same mistake with the Niners. I think the Niners will, they'll barely get by the victory. I had it 20-13. I don't think it'll be that high scoring either. It'll be both defenses. The Niners defense, rebounding, and I think they're gonna suppress the offense and bring them back to reality in that game.
I feel you. Yeah, give me the Niners. I think the Niners, they'll do what they do. They run the ball. Deebo Samuel will probably go off now that it's not raining. I mean, maybe it will be raining. Seattle always fucking rains, but we don't. Oh no, actually, it's in the Bay Area. Never mind. Well,
yeah, I think Deebo will go off now because their secondary is not that nice. Yeah, and they don't have Jamal Adams. They don't have any pieces on their secondary that much.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah, give me the Niners. Give me the Niners by a touchdown. Falcons, Rams. Weirdly enough, another game I can't really. I'm taking the Rams because they're at home. But I don't believe in the Rams, honestly.
No, I'll take the Rams because they're gonna play with vengeance after what happened with Thursday Night Football. They're gonna take out their anger on the Falcons and blow them out. I think it'll be a blowout.
I don't believe in Matt Stafford. His arm was horrible, and he was done. And listen, I know he was getting pressure by Von Miller, but there was no Tre'Davious White. I don't know.
And Atlanta doesn't have that much of a pass rush either. They don't have that many, key pieces outside of their secondary.
I'm gonna take the Rams by a touchdown just because they're playing Atlanta. But Rams, they're fugazi. I can't believe in the Rams after the performance they showed. Cardinals, Raiders. Give me the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will outscore the Raiders.
I think the Cardinals will get the revenge too. I'm taking the Cardinals on this one as well to bounce back.
Cardinals on the road. I think they'll outscore the Raiders. Derek Carr. Derek Carr's not that good. Texans, Broncos. Texans, Broncos.
I'll take the Broncos on that one to get their first victory on this one. They're at the Mile High. I think they'll get they'll have this fan support and, atmosphere on their side. And also because I think Russ is going to bounce back. So, yeah, I'll take the Broncos on that one.
All right. Give me the Texans. I think the Texans, they showed that they can move the ball because they were moving the ball last week. They just, after a while, it was just play. I think they can move the ball, and on top of that, they were playing good defense against the Colts because the Colts aren't a slouch. I mean, they have a great roster, but It was a divisional game, and they did choke a lead and then went to a tie. But still, give me the Texans. After what I saw from the Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett and his fucking play calling, it was not good, like at all. I mean, how do you? I guess maybe it's recency bias over that last not taking a timeout or whatever. But
It's
even
only
then,
been 2 games, I know, but still.
but even then, just the way they looked throughout the game, they were barely moving the ball. Like Javante game, I guess, but like the receivers themselves, I mean, Jerry Jeudy had the long touchdown. Those are just big plays. I mean, I don't know, man. The Broncos, they got Russell Wilson. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But I give me the Texans. I think Texans pull off the upset. Broncos start 0-2. Bengals, Cowboys. This should be an easy pick.
I'll take the Bengals, obviously.
Give me the Bengals.
If it was with Dak, I would have taken the Cowboys, to be honest. But
even with Dak, I don't know, because they didn't look good with Dak against the Bucks.
I mean, no, because usually Dak gets pissed off and usually goes off the following game after he gets blown out. It showed after the Broncos game where he got blown out. I think they won the following week after. Usually the Cowboys are that type of team.
I think they're in Jerry World regardless, so Dak probably would have went off anyway.
But I'm still gonna take I'm definitely taking the Bengals on this one.
Bengals didn't look good last week. They were
I think they'll rebound as well, but it'll be close because the Cowboys defense might actually keep it closer than what it should be.
Yeah,
I could see a chance.
Michael Parsons is gonna go off too. Got the Bears and the Packers. The Bears and the Packers, pretty easy pick. I know Michael, if he's still here, because he was watching before. It's a pretty easy pick. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you got the.
I'll take the Packers, obviously.
Yeah, give me the fucking Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I still own you. Like it's that. We're in that type of time. All right, give me the Packers by 2 touchdowns.
I mean, I'm even on principle general, I can't trust a quarterback. He went 8 for 17 in rain. I know it's rain, but still, you can't go 8 for 17 and expect to win further games out down the line if you get a fluke victory on the Niners.
Oh, that's a fact.
Especially against the divisional rival.
I got a video from Michael, me throwing a ball about 40 yards, and it didn't rain over here, but the grass was wet, so in turn, my ball was wet, and I threw it still 40 yards. I mean, Michael, it wasn't that hard.
And also, but yeah, I'm still gonna take the Broncos. Not I said Broncos. Fucking yeah, I said the fucking Packers. I said Broncos.
Titans, Bills. I mean, give me the Bills, man.
Give me Buffalo.
The Bills look like a juggernaut. I mean, the Titans play up to the Bills really well. They do get victories over the Bills, but
I expect it to be close as well. I think it might also be another high-scoring game.
They're in Buffalo too, so it's like I gotta take that. It's also that's the Monday Night Football game along with Viking Eagles.
Give me the Vikings.
Give me the Vikings, man. Justin Jefferson's gonna eat on that defense. That defense.
Yeah, he's definitely eating all over the Eagles defense. And secondly, Dalvin Cook's gonna run all over that defense as well.
Hell yeah!
Because they couldn't stop DeAndre Swift. So only imagine they can't stop a better running back with Dalvin Cook.
Imagine when they play Dalvin Cook or fucking if CMC's still healthy by then, or if
listen, if I'm a fantasy man, look at Adam Thielen for this game to go off because all the attention is going to be all over Justin Jefferson. So Adam Thielen could be the odd one out to basically go off.
Yeah, and Justin Jefferson,
Jefferson's going to get all the attention.
Oh, I think it might be that bad. I think they're that bad on defense. I think Alexander Madison is going to go off too.
God damn.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah,
I mean, he's a good running back.
And also, I would also look like a guy for KJ Osborne. He's definitely going to see a lot of targets if Jefferson's getting locked up as well.
Yeah, and the Eagles defense. I mean, they won, sure, cool, but they weren't that great. They weren't, and
I know, but yeah,
they gave 35 points to the Lions. Yeah, no.
I said I had a high scoring game as well, 35-20. Yeah, Vikings over the Eagles.
Don't let that pick six fool you guys. Now. The most important game next week is obviously Panthers-Giants. All right. Now Baker Mayfield, man, he might have something to prove after last week's loss. And Giants, the Giants probably shouldn't have won that game because of the field goal. It came down to a missed field goal. Nonetheless, give me the Giants.
Yep, give me the Giants 20-17. We'll win by 6 points.
I think we win by that much. I mean, last year we blew them out, and they had Sam Darnold, and Baker Mayfield's not that much better than Sam Darnold.
No, because I'm not taking the Panthers lightly this year because
I mean, we have a chance to beat them. Obviously, a big chance, but they have CMC this time. We didn't play CMC the last time they played, and also Baker's not that horrible compared to fucking Sam
True,
Darnold.
but look what we did against Derrick Henry. CMC's not going to run. CMC's going to be receiving,
Yeah, he'll be
and
used more as a pass catcher, so we have to be ready for his patch kicking abilities. I don't expect them to beat us on the ground, only through the air. They'll use McCaffrey on us. So and also look, we need to see how Adoree looks against Robbie Anderson as well. No, DJ Moore, and then whoever
nah,
we
for
have
sure.
number 2 up against Robbie Anderson.
Hey, TLP, what's going on? Yeah, I think the Panthers would definitely score some points just because.
And
of
also their
CMC.
defense. I mean, the key for this game is basically the Giants have to run all over the defense because I think they struggled massively against the run because I saw in the video with the preview that they allowed 39 carries for 200 plus rushing yards. They struggled against the run. So if we're going to win again, we just have to replicate what we did last week. Saquon has to be the factor of this game as well, obviously, to win the game. And then we have to control the clock, basically.
DJ's probably.
And then DJ just has to play turnover free, and then we'll be set.
I'm saying DJ might use his legs this week, too. I mean,
yeah,
definitely used his legs a little bit last week.
Yeah, definitely, because they struggled against the run. I expect DJ to run a lot as well. A lot of run designs.
I say DJ, safe. To be the safe way is for us to run the ball and him play game manager, but that's boring. DJ, get me 3 touchdowns in the air. I'll be happy with that. Panthers, hopefully. Giants. Give me the Giants. Give me the Giants 24-17.
Yeah, Giants 23-17. That's me.
I'll give them 24-17. I don't think they miss a. I think 24-17.
No, I think we're gonna get like 2 field goals and score 2. Yeah, that's 3 field goals and 2 touchdowns.
Or you know what? Maybe like a 27-20 for me. That's what I'm thinking. Giants.
I had us getting 3 field goals and 2 touchdowns, but yeah, DJ passes for 1, and then Saquon runs for 1.
Hey, yeah, no, it's definitely possible. Now, we talked about that. Let's get into some betting. What bets are you looking at for this week?
I'm looking at there's a lot of pluses that can, definitely look good. I'm surprised they gave the Niners are favored by -8.5. I took the 8+8 on I'm looking at the +8 for the favorite for Seattle because I don't think Seattle's going to get blown out that badly. I think Seattle will definitely keep it close. It's the rivalry game. So I'm probably going to lean towards Seattle's +8. I might also lean towards I'm surprised they put the Texans plus, the Texans at I think +9.5. I think they'll cover the 9.5. So I don't think the Texans are that bad. I think they'll after what the Broncos did, I don't think they'll blow them out completely. I think they're gonna keep close with them. That's why I'm looking at a +9 as well. And also the same thing with Chicago. I think Chicago's gonna get at least cover the +10 if they don't win. It's a rivalry game, so I don't trust blowouts during divisional rival games that much.
I'm looking at Patriots Steelers right now. Patriots are actually -2 on the road. Definitely give me the +2 on the Steelers.
Give me the +2 on the Steelers, definitely.
Yeah. I'm looking at Bucks Saints. Bucks are favored -2.5. Give me that 2.5. Give me that +2.5 Saints. And then I see Browns.
I'm probably gonna take the over on that game.
I see Browns Jets -6.5. Give me the +6.5 for the Jets. I don't.
Yeah, I took the Jets +6 as well. Jets are definitely gonna. I think they should cover.
They should cover the spread. They're not gonna win, but they should cover that spread. And then
exactly. I think the Browns will struggle to win that one, but they'll win it out.
The over/under for that game is 39.5. I'm taking the under for that.
I might take the under as well. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't see the offense scoring shit for the Jets. You got right now. We got the Colts -3.5 against the Jags. I might take the Colts -3.5.
Colts -3.5. That's an easy. I think I'll take that as well. I think they should cover, and also the over for that game. I heard it was 47. I'm taking the under on that one
for sure. We're looking at the Falcons and the Rams. The Rams are -10.5. Now, if you're a betting
I took the +10.
You got to take that +10 just because the odds are too.
Yeah, they're too high. Like way too high. I don't think the Falcons are going to get blown out that bad. And plus, you did say the offense was struggling against. Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to take a while for them to get back in the.
Same thing kind of for the Bengals and Cowboys because the Bengals are -7.5. I think the Cowboys could cover the spread.
I would just play it safe and take the Bengals money line. That's for me.
Yeah,
though.
Yeah. You would take the money line on that.
I'm just taking the money line, or I could change the alternate spread to like a -3 because some apps let you change the spread. Yeah. So I might shrink that 7 to a 3. So yeah.
Even then, I don't bet. I wouldn't bet on that game. You wouldn't get much out of it.
Yeah,
But
I
you're
know.
looking at two games that you got the Detroit Lions -1.5 against the Commies. Give me that. For me, give me that. I know you will probably take the +1.5 because you think the Commanders are going to take
No,
that
not
game.
even that. I'm not taking the I don't trust either team, but I'm taking the commies. But that game could backfire, so I might just take the over on that one.
Well, the over is 48.5. I think that's something you would
I
take the
think that I
over.
said that game's going to be high scoring. It'll be like both teams scoring in the late 20s. I
Yeah.
think both teams will get high scoring, so I might take the over on that game.
Now, Giants Panthers. Giants are actually -2, so I like seeing that. And
I'll take the Giants -2, and also
yeah.
the over is 43.5.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the slight under
I'm gonna take
slightly.
slight under. That would put us like.
I
Give me
said
the
22
over.
to 17, so that's a 40 barely.
Give me the slight over on that. -43.5. Either
Mhm.
either way, if the Panthers win or the Giants win, give me the over just by a little bit. But
Yeah,
I would still bet -2 for the Giants anyway. I think we still
yeah.
win that game. As far as you looking at anything special for parlays or anything like that?
Parlays. I'm looking at first half parlays. You know, I like doing first half parlays. I'm expecting one of. You could take. I think you should take either the commies or the Lions to score in the first half. You know, I think the over for that one's like 14.5 or 13. I think both can get to 14 at the end of the half, so I think it'll be that high scoring.
I like looking at the weekly specials. Right now we got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, +4 sacks combined, and LA Chargers win. I don't know if I would take that. I think
I don't. Nah, I wouldn't take that. The
I think
Chargers, no, because I think the Chiefs have a good offensive line. I wouldn't underestimate that offensive line.
TLP said
I wouldn't take it.
that the commies are going to command the Lions into the gulag. I don't know about that, man. Listen, I don't know about that. Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert 700 plus passing yards and 7 plus touchdowns combined. Would you
Wait,
take
what?
that? 700 yards and 700 passing touchdowns combined. Would you take that?
Which one? 700 passing touchdowns.
Mahomes and Herbert.
7 total?
7 total touchdowns, 700 passing yards.
Nah.
I think the yards are a little too.
No, I think the touchdown is a little too high.
You think so?
No, because one of them I think would. I mean, one can get to like 3 or 4, but the other will probably sell for like 1 or 2. So I wouldn't trust that either.
Yeah. We got another one. Saquon Barkley, 150 rush yards and a rushing touchdown to Giants win. That's
an easy.
You think you would take the 150 yards?
Yeah.
He's only had 3
We're going to
games.
be pounding the ball.
I know, but he's only had 3 games, 150 yards. I think for the odds, I would take it because he could do it.
Especially if I have a free bet. I'm taking the free bet on that 150 for a touchdown.
And the
Giants win.
The odds are plus 2,500. So I would definitely risk it. But
I'd take a free risk on that as well. So yeah.
If you don't want to lose money, don't take it. Jamar Chase, 10 plus. Everybody like a scrap. Thank you, Buccaneer. Listen to him, everybody, because whoever's here, there's only like 2 people.
Yeah, listen to him. Otherwise, you'll hear the Doom Buggy and the Rattlesnakes pop up in front of your crib.
Honestly, since Alex left, it's not. I mean, me and Whitesy are fine. We stream all the time, but I like having two other people talk to as well. But either which way, Whitesy's that's still my my little bro.
Yeah, okay.
The disrespect, right? Just so you know, everybody, if me and Whitesy were playing 1-on-1 in football, wide receiver DB, I would smoke him. Just saying.
I don't play DB. I play tight end. I can't. You probably would smoke
even if I was recovering, even though I was covering you, if I was the DB against you, I'd still shut you down.
I'd route you.
Listen, I'll lock you down like I'm prime Darrelle Revis or like prime Jalen Ramsey. Right?
And I'll route you like I'm prime fucking Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski, you strength. Anyways, Jamar Chase over the Cowboys, 10 plus receptions, 125 receiving yards, and a touchdown when the Cincinnati win.
That's easy.
That's
I might actually take that one because you know who's guarding him.
Yep. The best corner in the league, Trayvon Diggs.
Yep, the number 23rd best player in the NFL. Yep, Trayvon Diggs.
I like this one. Josh Allen, 300 plus passing yards and 3 touchdowns and a rush touchdown and a Buffalo win.
Might be tempting, probably because of the rushing.
Tempting. It's tempting, but I wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it either. Plus the rushing TD, I don't think that's I mean, he could rush for one, but watch him be short for like 1 passing touchdown because the Titans defense decides to rejuvenate and play harder.
This one is one that I'm probably gonna put that I would probably put money on, but it's plus 275, so a lot of people put money on this. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, 200 rush and reception yards combined in a Green Bay win. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's too easy. Lone Buccaneer said, "Subscribe or else Bucko Bruce will come to your house and what." All right, well, week one bet.
Bucko Bruce.
Let's talk about fantasy football. I know you won. How many leagues are you in?
I'm in 2. I won.
You
I'm
won
in
both.
2 leagues.
You won both of them.
Yeah.
I'm in 3 leagues. I won 2 out of 3. And the third one that I lost is a 20-man league, so it was kind of hard anyway. I only lost by 12 points.
One is
My
my
buy-in
championship
league,
league. The other's with TRL.
yeah, my buy-in league, I actually won pretty easy. And then my other league, I won easy too. I mean, I made a trade today for I traded Dawson Knox, Javonte Williams, and Marquise Brown, and I got back Dallas Goedert, Gabe Davis, and Travis Etienne. So I still have running backs. So I lost Javonte, but I still have running backs. I mean, I got well, oh no, I didn't choose. I didn't. Yeah, I lost Marquise Brown, but I got Gabe Davis, and then I think Dallas Goedert is probably better than Dawson Knox anyway. So I think that was a good trade for me. I didn't want to. Originally, I was supposed to give up Mike Williams, but I don't want to give up Mike Williams, especially because Keenan Allen's out tomorrow. So that should win me week 2. That should help me win week 2. What about you? Were you anything? How was you got anything going on in fantasy for you? Any trades?
I'm trying to pick up Darrell Henderson for fantasy waivers because somebody dropped him accidentally, and I'm trying to get him.
I will say one thing, guys. Everybody's trying to pick up. A lot of people are dropping Mike Gesicki. If Mike Gesicki gets dropped, take him.
I'm taking him.
Devin Duvernay on the waiver wire, take him because I wanted him before this game and he had a good game. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying
Also,
he's the best
Zay
receiver.
Jones here.
Zay
Zay
Jones.
Jones made the waiver wire for the Jaguars. I took him into waivers.
All right. Yeah. No. Well, you know what? That's one that I probably would look at. I don't know if I would take him, but I would look at. Some people are taking Carson Wentz. I guess if you want to take Carson Wentz, if you need a quarterback badly, Carson Wentz is not a bad way to go because we know Carson Wentz could throw the ball. I mean, he's not consistent, but he can throw the ball. Maybe he's not a bad person to have. Donovan's People Jones. If Watson was still there, I would take him. These are all people that are getting bolstered up right now. Zach Moss, though. Zach Moss, he might have the start over Devin Singletary, and that actually looks good. So if you need somebody, Zach Moss, Sterling Shepard, would you take him on the waiver wire?
Yeah, I inquired about him as well because I think Deidre's going to be targeting him more next week. I think they'll make him more vital to the game plan against Carolina.
Here's another person on the waiver wire, Jahan Dotson.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to pick him up after that performance. It's clear that they were going to make him a vital part of that Washington offense. So go ahead, you might as well pick him up.
What about Hayden Hurst on the Bengals right now?
Man, I wouldn't really.
No,
I don't, especially with the Bengals struggling.
I see Richie James here. It says rostered 0%, so that's funny. Khalil Herbert, he's not a bad person to look at. I wouldn't pick him up, but I don't think he's a bad person to look at, especially since he's the one that scored touchdowns last week and not Montgomery for the Bears. Khalil Herbert's somebody you probably look at. And then people to drop. I mean, Rodrigo Blankenship just got, if you have a corner, if you do corners, if you do kickers, then drop him. But if you don't do kickers, James Cook, a lot of people are dropping James Cook. I would say keep him. I don't know why people are dropping James Cook. I mean, I know he fumbled, whatever, but he's still a running back on a team. You know, Zach Moss gets hurt a lot. Devin Singletary gets hurt a lot. I don't know why you would drop James Cook if you
exactly.
You should probably keep him. Mike Davis, you can get rid of him. Mike Davis hasn't been shit since he left Carolina. Mike Gesicki, like I said, people are dropping him a lot. If he gets dropped in your league, definitely take him. Cole Kmet is another one. If he gets dropped, take him. Sammy Watkins, I don't know how to feel about Sammy Watkins.
Me neither. He only plays good for 1 week and then, disappears in the week after. I wouldn't take Sammy Watkins.
Robert Woods, you think Robert Woods is somebody to monitor?
Hell yeah.
Because he didn't do nothing last week, but at the same time,
I mean, that's because we had a good defense. But then again, he might actually have a resurgence next week. Since he's part of the new team, so they're just getting him into the fold. I think he would be a good long-term piece.
Somebody to monitor for next week is not next week, but so far is he's getting dropped a lot. Michael Gallup, because CeeDee Lamb didn't look good, so Michael Gallup might be getting targeted, depending who it is. I mean, you still got Cooper Rush and all that, but we know Michael Gallup can make plays. It's not about how consistent he is as a receiver. It's just that he's a good playmaker. Kadarius Toney, if you have him, I wouldn't say drop him. I mean, I know one game, but New York fans, they apply pressure, and I feel like Coach Dable will probably, play Kadarius Toney a little bit more. That's what happened last year with Kadarius Toney. Actually, that's why he went off against Dallas. So I think Kadarius Toney is one that you keep. Raheem Mostert, I don't know if you have an extra roster spot. I would still keep Dak. I know he went down for 6 to 8 weeks, but I would still keep Dak. And then the last person that keeps dropping, people keep cutting him, is Alec Pierce. I know he had a drop in the end zone last week, but you could see that he was getting targeted. I don't know if you would drop Alec Pierce. Would you drop Alec Pierce?
Alec Pierce, no. I think if they're getting him involved in the offense, I think it'd be worth to keep him around. And secondly, that drop wasn't on him. I think it was a defensive play where the defender swapped in the air and blew it away.
Yeah. I don't think
so I don't think
Alec Pierce is one that you should just get rid of for no reason,
But yeah, I think Alex Pierce could still be serviceable for flex.
Listen, if you play fantasy and you lost week 1, don't worry about it, because a lot of people make a lot of drops overreacting, and you get some good players. I mean, that's just how it is. So
yeah,
these are players to look at.
I didn't drop anyone. I only dropped Sky Moore because he's not getting targeted, I think, early, and because it's
Texans in the stream. What's popping? Texas, what's going on?
What's going down?
So I was gonna talk UFC, but Alex isn't here right now, so I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as possible, just because it's not what you call it. This episode is gonna get a little cut short, but UFC. If anybody watched UFC, we saw some matches like Khamzat Chimaev and Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz fought Tony Ferguson, which was supposed to be a dream match. Beautiful. Nate Diaz slept him with not slept him, but Nate Diaz won by submission in the 4th round with a guillotine. Khamzat Chimaev won with a darts choke in the 1st round in about a minute and some change. I mean, when you have matches that changed last minute, I mean, that's just how it is in combat sports. Overall, UFC wasn't all that. I mean, I think it was kind of boring to me. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm the only one talking about it. As far as what's going on in sports, there hasn't been much news this week. I know we were talking, Alex wanted to talk about this before he left, but Alex was saying that Ecuador might be dropped from the World Cup depending what happens tomorrow. What do you think about that, yo?
I hope that's not the case, really. Us being Ecuadorians, and also secondly, you shouldn't jeopardize the whole team's status of being in the World Cup if for one bad apple. So I'm hoping that's not the case tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Ecuador. So what it is, Byron Castillo, one of their players, right? He is obviously in the Ecuadorian team, and he's actually rumored to be Colombian, and Chile is trying to make Colombia, is trying to make the FIFA take him out or whatever, take out Ecuador, because he's not from Ecuador, which is I can't get mad about that, because that's a rule. It's the rule. It's stupid, but it's the rule. And I think if Ecuador's gets found guilty with that, then that's it. They're out, because I think it's what they forfeit. They have to forfeit the games that they won, or the games played with Byron Castillo, and I think he played 8 of them, and that's enough to that's definitely enough to knock you out. So Ecuador might be out this bitch. I ain't gonna lie, and that's just gonna suck to see. I'm gonna have to root for fucking what, USA. So
that's the only team I'm gonna have to root for.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Let's see, because tomorrow, I mean, we'll talk about it next week on the pod, because obviously Alex knew more about this. As far as football goes, Zach Wilson, he's in uniform again. We got Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari. They're back in uniform. And we got a few people coming back from injuries overall. Elijah Mitchell, unfortunately, went down with an MCL sprain. He's going to be out for 6 weeks. So that sucks. Marlon Mack got signed by the 49ers. What do you think about that,
Mhm.
man? What do you think about Marlon Mack going to the 49ers?
Well, it's a good momentary pickup, but he's a practice squad guy for now. But I think they'll work him into the roster to split carries with Jeff Wilson. That's my take.
I think they definitely need the help. I mean, Elijah Mitchell going down sucks. Like, it's bad. But 49ers, they turn shit they turn shit into I don't even know the fucking saying. They turn piss into wine. How about that? That's all I got. They can do anything with the run game. Rodrigo Blankenship, Hot Rod, Mr. Lego Man himself, and the Colts, the kicker, got cut. People call it
That was
shocking, but I don't. I don't call it shocking because he's been getting hurt a lot, and on top of that, he's been missing so many kicks and stuff. It's just how it is. Raiders, they signed cornerback Nikel Roby-Coleman, Mr. Pass Interference himself.
Mhm.
Let me see. Jerry Jones, he said that they're gonna roll with Cooper Rush for now. So obviously now that Dak is hurt, we don't really know. You know what I will say? I know we're gonna win that game now because Cooper Rush, he's not winning that game for us. He's not winning that game against us. There's just no fucking way. If we lose to Cooper Rush, the season's over, and I don't care if we're 2-0.
Hell yeah,
Season's
that's
over.
over after that.
Yeah,
Because there's an excusable.
of course. I think Cooper Rush, maybe he'll win a few games, but the Dallas season is over. There's nothing you can do about it. I saw a few things in basketball. The GM from what's his face from the Suns?
Mhm.
He said the N-word at least 5 times. He made inappropriate sex-related comments towards female workers and verbally abused employees for yelling cuss words at him. So he's gonna get suspended for a year, and he's getting fined $10 million.
God damn.
And the Suns now, they have a complete training program focused on respect and appropriate workplace conduct. So yeah, that's crazy. I saw a few reports from basketball. Danny Ainge, he said that he blew up the Jazz because during the season he saw a group of players that didn't believe in each other. And you know what? I actually like the reasoning for that because Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, they've been fighting for years now.
Yeah, I heard they were beefing.
TRL's happy because they can't stand it. Oh, so it was the owner, it wasn't the GM. Okay.
Yeah, he
no.
can't stand it. No, because he's a Suns fan. That's why he couldn't stand it.
No, of course. Definitely. $10 million. I mean, for a billionaire, it's not much, but damn, just hearing that number is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I wish damn, they should have fucking sent at least like 10% of that to me.
They should have Western Union me that fucking money, not stop.
NBA, they're looking into Anthony Edwards' homophobic video that was posted on Instagram.
Anthony Edwards?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
and apparently he could receive a 5-figure fine. I didn't see the video. I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, people blow out of proportion. Even the people in the comments are like, "Yo,
this is the cancel culture BS.
Yeah,
that's what I believe it be.
Retarded. I mean, I can't say shit anymore without being canceled for fucking. People get their feelings hurt too quick.
I just get canceled for breathing a certain way now.
Let's talk wrestling. This week,
mm-hmm.
I feel like sports this week has been dry. Wrestling also has been a little dry, but we saw like.
I mean, NXT came back, the original.
Yeah. Now they don't got the rainbow logo now.
They don't got the unicorn rainbow puke no more. Now it's NXT, but it's blue. It's like a white, golden outlines.
Oh yeah, that was dope to see. AW is actually good. I don't know anything about it, but I saw it and it looked pretty good. Dominic Mysterio, Eddie's son, he's part of the Judgment Day now, so that's pretty dope to see what they're doing. Yeah. I feel like they gotta stop fucking burying Finn Balor. And honestly, it's kind of getting a little stale. I'm tired of watching them fight with Edge and Mysterio. It's like it's one of those storylines that are fucking boring. You got Matt Riddle.
Yeah, exactly. Just end the storyline and let's start developing Dominic into the championship mold. That's how I go about it.
And Seth Rollins is getting a little stale as well. But at least they have great performances, so it doesn't really bother me but too much.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we saw Solo took on McIntyre last week, and it was actually pretty dope. There was a funny ass picture. I don't know if you saw it. It was the one with I think
Yeah,
he
the
posted as
Sami
well.
Zayn in the bloodline. Yeah, it was
Sami Zayn
hilarious.
in the bloodline, all as teenagers. I don't know who the hell does that, but I love that storyline. It's funny as hell. Fuck it. Let's just get to the main event because, like I said, right now, all the things we could talk about. What the fuck? That's the wrong main event. All right. Well, today's main event is Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback. All
Yeah,
right.
here we go. Let's go.
I'm tired of the fucking Daniel Jones slander. Like, even if you don't believe he's the franchise quarterback, fine. But you're not going to slander him for no reason. All right. It doesn't make sense to me. KK versus Drew is going to be great. Oh, yeah. Karrion Kross versus Drew is going to be great.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely going to be fire.
that's why Solo won. But like I said, I don't know. Wrestling this week is a little dry for me. I was gonna have somebody come on to debate us with the whole franchise quarterback Daniel Jones.
But
shit.
I guess he's not showing up. Yeah,
It's because I told him around 9:15, and this is gonna get cut short. So, I mean, Daniel Jones. I don't like how people were talking about this fucking pick that he threw. Like, I understand it was a stupid ass pick, and the fumble wasn't even his fault, but the pick was some bullshit. You know, he did throw some bullshit. It's fine. But you're not going to sit there and act like he didn't fucking win the game after that. You're like, oh, Saquon carry. He did carry.
Mhm.
But Saquon didn't throw that game-winning touchdown. He got the game-winning 2-point conversion, but he didn't throw the touchdown. So let's not act like Daniel Jones didn't do his fucking job. What I will say is he has a lot more to prove, not just to, Daniel Jones I don't want to say Daniel Jones haters, but Daniel Jones critics. But he has a lot to prove to myself as well because, I want to see him.
Same here.
I want to see him light up the league this year. Not light it up, but, he has to look like somebody who's going to win games. At the end of the day, I don't care as long as we're winning games. But the problem is, if we're not winning, Daniel Jones is doing something wrong. I mean, if we're winning, this isn't like Eli Manning getting carried. Daniel Jones has to be doing his job as well. Now, if we end up fucking winning the Super Bowl and Daniel Jones has 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, then fine, get rid of him. But, like, if he throws 28 touchdowns and 10 picks this year and we still, have a good year, would you keep him?
I'd play him under the franchise tag.
Would you pay him franchise
I
tag
wouldn't.
level money?
I wouldn't pay him the fucking Lamar money or the fucking Kyler money.
No, of course not. But
no, because I want to see more. Like, it can't just be 1 year. We want to be cautious when we have to pay him. Basically,
I mean, the franchise tag is like 48 mil, maybe 50.
I mean, we'd have the money to pay him, but I mean, then again, if we're gonna pay him, if he does well, hypothetically, I want to give him like a contract where you can void the first 3 years of the contract,
Facts.
So we don't have to pay him like if it's like a full 4 or 5 year contract, right? I want to see if we can void the middle years, so that way, if he does struggle again after he gets paid, we can void those years, and we don't have to pay him anything basically.
Nah, for sure.
Basically backload the money into like incentives. Basically, I would pay him.
I gotta ask, do you think Fisk was right with the whole 5th-year option?
5th-year option?
Yeah.
Time will tell.
All right, let's say he throws 28 picks and 28 touchdowns and 10 picks, and we still make it to the second round. Was he right about the about the 5th-year option?
Then I'd be right. I'd be inclined to agree with him for sure.
I mean, because I don't want to pay a franchise tag for 28 picks and 10 fucking interceptions.
Yeah,
and not go anywhere.
And also, I would rephrase this headline to Daniel Jones can be a franchise quarterback. He has yet to prove me he is a franchise quarterback, like on a consistent basis. That's how I'd paraphrase it from my.
Yeah, but you know what? I leave it as Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback, and the reason I say that is because everybody labels him as a bust, and he's not a bust either.
No, that's just my opinion. He can be.
I know.
I would rephrase it in my thing.
Listen. Everybody is inclined to call him a bust for no reason, so I'm gonna call him a franchise quarterback for no reason. That's just it's funny how when you support him, you're called delusional, but when you overly hate him for no reason, you're not called delusional. That doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. You can't sit there and fucking be a hypocrite like that. And then it's crazy because all I'm doing is supporting my quarterback. All I'm doing is supporting my
and also here's my thing though. I hate when people, have this double standard. They don't apply to other quarterbacks. When you talk about a quarterback like a David Mills or fucking Sam Darnold, they gave them they cut him some slack, because they had a horrible team around, quote unquote, because the same thing DJ had. But since it's the New York market, it's popular to hate on New York teams. They're gonna,
Facts. I mean,
basically not
look
hold us
at
to any. They're
look
gonna
at
double.
Trevor Lawrence.
They're gonna hold us to a pedestal that people can't even be put on. But they're gonna give any slack to teams like the Texans or the fucking any quarterback you can think of, basically that's struggling, but has quote unquote in their eyes promise that
Do
they
you
don't
know
see
what
in
the problem
DJ.
is? It's not even like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, because he's been quarterback. This is 4th year. He has done. It's not even that, because people were hating on him before that. These same people were hating on him before that. They just happen to,
They
say
hated
they're
him
right.
since draft day. They hated him the years after, and they hate him now.
Exactly. There's people like, oh, I gave him a chance. No, you didn't, because you hated him before that. The same people who booed him at a Yankees game when he got drafted, same people who booed him when he was on stage when he got drafted, the same people who jumped on the bandwagon after his first game, and then after he had a few fumbles, everybody hopped right
Yeah,
off.
after that
When
they left and showed their true colors. Yeah, I've
when
been on that. I've been on that wagon since 2019. I've been through the highs and downs for
so
DJ.
when I support my quarterback, when somebody like RJ is gonna call me delusional for supporting my quarterback, well, you're fucking delusional for not thinking that he can have a chance. You're just saying, "Oh yeah, no, he's trash. That's it. It's over." That's not just a delusional. It's a loser mentality, and I'm tired of Giants fans having a loser fucking mentality. I'm done with that, man, because it's depressing. I don't want to fucking life is depressing
Yeah,
enough. We come to football to have an escape, and just for my own fan base to shit on the team. I understand shitting on the team because we haven't done shit, or shitting on Evan Ingram because he's consistently fucking up damn near every play, or you know what, even shitting on Daniel Jones because of injuries, fine. But if you're gonna shit on Daniel Jones just because dude hasn't had a fair shot at playing quarterback in the NFL, he hasn't had a fair shot at winning games, and now that he won the first opener since 2016 and he did his job, yeah, he threw a dumbass pick, but he did his job, and you're still gonna hate. At that point, you're not a fan. You're just somebody you're just a hater, literally. And I don't want to say that because it sounds like such a bitch argument to use, but it is.
I hate the
It's
double
true.
standard as well. I hate that, quote unquote, say like DJ Penn's all right for the next couple of weeks, but then has like a stretch where he does horrible for like 3 straight weeks. They're gonna come for his neck basically and negate everything he did for the first couple of weeks, and then from there act like as if it never happened. People have a lot of recency bias nowadays with quarterbacks, not even just DJ, just on the team itself. They start asking these random questions out of nervousness and boredom. Basically, they start
Listen,
asking these
I
nonsensical,
saw
impatient questions.
I saw Fitz video earlier about going 10-0, and obviously we're not fucking going 10-0.
We're not going 10-0. Listen,
But
I hope we can, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
But here's what it is.
Because
Yeah,
I
go.
want to take it a week by week process because I want to I don't want to get my hopes up high again, and then we lose out like the next 6 games and go like
Exactly.
1-6 or some shit like that. I don't want to get my hopes up after that.
Listen, right now we're happy and confident because we beat Tennessee. Who knows if we were going to beat
I just want to take it a week. We can lose. We can. Who knows? We can lose to the Panthers, then lose to Cooper Rush. We can lose to fucking the Bears. We can lose out afterwards. We don't know. I want to take it a week by week process. I don't want to, get over excited because the moment I do that, I hurt myself as a fan because having expectation hurts a lot.
Yeah, of course. Listen, if I had to predict the schedule, we got the Panthers next week. I feel like we're winning that game.
Me too.
I have that hope and I have that confidence that we're winning that game. And if we lose, it's gonna suck. It won't break me, but it's gonna suck. But I think we can go 2-0. Cooper Rush against the Cowboys. I think we can win that game as well. Go 3-0. The Bears aren't that good. I think we can win that game. That makes us 4-0. Do I see us 4-0?
Yeah, no,
yes.
But I think we'll lose the 2 games. We'll lose 2 straight to Green Bay and the Ravens because the Ravens were going to come off a jet lag because we're coming off a week after Green Bay. No, in London, we'll be jet lagged by the time we come back. We'll keep it competitive, but I think the Ravens will edge it out.
You know what? It depends how we look these next few games, but maybe we can beat the Packers. Maybe we're in London. It's a mutual ground. Last time we were in London, we won. Let's not.
I know we did, but
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't trust us beating Green Bay though.
I wouldn't bet on it.
No, but this should be realistic. But yeah, I said 4. Yeah, by then it's 4-2 basically, and then
yeah, for sure. After the Ravens game, we're 4-2.
I think I think we can beat the Jaguars. That's another one right there. That's 5-2 right there.
5-2. The Seahawks.
I have a feeling we might lay an egg against Seattle for some weird reason.
after what they did in week 1.
Maybe because we're
playing in
going-
Seattle too, so it's a far away from there.
Maybe because we're going to Seattle.
I think the Giants might lay another egg on that game, so we might go like 5-3 by week 8.
You got 5-3. I got 6-2 because last time we were in Seattle, we won when they had Russell Wilson. They got Geno Smith. I mean,
I think Seattle's the game we're gonna lay the egg though, but I think we'll beat the Jaguars,
the
and
Texans,
then we'll be 5-3 going into the bye week. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got the Texans after that. Right
Texans,
now,
I think we can win that one. Texans and Lions, we can win those 2 games. I think.
So that would put me at fucking 8-2. The Cowboys, I feel like we would probably lose on Thanksgiving.
No, Dak will be back by then. I think we'll lose to the Cowboys. The first Commies game, we'll beat them at New York Giants Stadium. The Eagles will beat them as well at our own home. I think we'll get 2 back-to-back divisional wins, but we'll lose to the one, and we'll lose to the Washington game the week after in Washington.
Yeah, I'll have a split We'll have a split with all the division. That's what I do every year.
And then week 15, yeah.
Good.
And then week 15, I think we got the Vikings.
Yeah.
Then
maybe
we'll
lose that game.
We'll lose to the Vikings on that one on the road. We'll probably lose to Minnesota. We'll probably lose to the Colts for some weird reason, and then we're gonna probably lose out the last couple of games.
So what you got 9? You got 9-7.
Yeah, like 9-8 basically. 10.
Oh, yeah, 9-8.
Yeah, around there.
9-8, 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's
somewhere around there.
Yeah, I can see all that. Now I'm just being, TLP said cap. Listen, TLP, you're gonna go on a fucking 5-game losing streak. Don't worry about it. You're gonna lose to us too. Danielle Barry said, "What's up, everybody? What's popping?"
Yeah, it's the guy from my channel. He's a Rams fan. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just being optimistic right now, and realistically, we can win a lot of these games because it's an easy ass schedule. I mean,
on paper, yeah, but I don't want to overlook it. But that's just from a hypothetical standpoint. For me,
the only games the only games that I can say, oh yeah, that's probably a loss is the Packers game. The
Packers and Ravens
game.
For me.
The Packers, I mean not the Bears. My dumb ass said the Bears. I take that back. TLP, don't fucking start. Packers, Ravens.
Probably the games in Washington and Philly. That might be a loss there too.
Hold on, give me a second.
Like, that's not at MetLife Stadium, so yeah.
My fault. I had to. Anyways, yeah, no, the Ravens game. There's a bunch of games that I could. There's only like a few games, like 5 games that I can actually say, oh yeah, that's probably a loss. And you know what? Going into the year, Titans game might have been one of those games. So we already got an upset start off the year. This could be a special year. But anyways, since
Oh, speaking of this, I just got a notification. He dropped a fire range on Grant Cohen.
Oh, dope! I'm about to look that up right now.
I'm about to look it up at the stream.
Listen,
yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so speaking of that, since the stream's gonna get cut short because obviously, Alex.
He wasn't here to debate us on DJ.
Also, there's not much to talk about, and overall, I feel like for me, my stream got a little fucked up with the Facebook stuff and everything. So whatever. Next week we'll have another stream. It's early in the whole streaming game for me anyway, so I'm not really that worried about it. But anyways, if anybody's gonna watch this,
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, for real. So that's a wrap. We're gonna end this right here, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys this Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be hosting the Chiefs and Chargers will be there as well. So
yeah, definitely we'll watch that
game, tomorrow. And then basically everything else on Sunday and Monday.
And then we'll be back on my channel next Wednesday. So
yep.
everybody,
So stay tuned, fellas. YTC out. Peace. Go Giants.
Go Giants.